This is 7 National News, and in our top story. In his capacity as ruler of Dubai, the UAE Vice President and Prime Minister His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum has issued Law No. 7 of 2014, amending some provisions of Law No. 9 of 2004 concerning the Dubai International Financial Centre. The law includes the establishment of Dispute Settlement Authority, which consists of 3 bodies: DIFC courts, arbitration body and any other subsidiary committees or institutions established under the laws and regulations of the DIFC. The Dispute Settlement Authority enjoys an independent legal personality and exercises its functions and powers without any interference from other DIFC's bodies and in accordance with the DIFC laws and regulations. The new authority shall be headed by the President of DIFC's courts. The new law also included detailed provisions on arbitration body, which was granted legal personality and an independent budget, provided that this body exercises its specializations in accordance with DIFC laws and bylaws. Law No. 7 of 2014 comes in line with the UAE Vision 2021, which calls for the provision of an effective and sophisticated dispute settlement mechanism so that the UAE becomes the first destination globally to attract business and finance. The law also specifies the commitment of the government of Dubai to provide the most appropriate options for investors, not only in terms of the use of the English language in litigation, but also in terms of the possibility to choose between litigation and arbitration. His Highness General Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, received on Tuesday at Al Mina Palace a delegation from the US Congress led by Senator Robert Mendez, Chairman of the United States Senate Committee on Foreign Relations. His Highness welcomed the delegation members, which included Judy Herman, Deputy Director, and Dana Stroll, Senior Technical Staff in the US Congress. They were accompanied by Michael Corbin, US Ambassador to the UAE. The meeting, which was attended by Foreign Minister His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, touched on ties of friendship and cooperation between the UAE and the United States and ways to enhance them. The Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi praised the efforts made by the US Senate through visits and direct interaction with the UAE's relevant institutions to get an insight about the country's social, economic, educational and political characteristics. Major retail outlets and cooperative societies announced on Monday that they will slash the prices of scores of basic commodities by up to 40% for the month of Ramadan, according to a local report. Dr. Hashim An-Noaimi, the Director of the Consumer Protection Department at the Ministry of Economy, said outlets had allocated 180 million dirhams in subsidies to absorb the loss resulting from the price cuts on rice, oil, milk, flour and water, among other major grocery items. The ministry has put a plan in place to ensure small groceries do not misuse the discounts, with An-Noaimi explaining that as a large number of items are sold at less than cost price and many others are sold at up to 40% discount, small groceries send their workers to buy large quantities of those discounted items and sell them at a higher price so that they can make a profit. Officials from the Abu Dhabi Economic Development Department and outlets have discussed means to stop misuse of the Ramadan discount scheme, with the Ministry of Economy stressing that will have zero tolerance for the exploitation of consumers by small outlets. Dr. An-Noaimi said grocers violating the rules will be slapped with fines ranging from 5,000 and 100,000 dirhams. And finally, in the bulletin, as the holy month of Ramadan is fast approaching, preparations for the festivities are on an upswing. Apart from preparing the dishes for iftar and suhoor, much of the focus has also been on the attire for the occasions. Dubai-based fashion designer Salma Khan unveiled the Ramadan collection titled Spirit of the Desert at her fashion house. The colourful and glamorous dresses that were showcased have been inspired by Khaliji fashion. The printed and textured fabrics, comprised of 40 pieces, including galabiyas, kaftans, blouses, Aladdin trousers and skirts. According to Salma Khan, the Ramadan collection is a fusion of traditional Arabian fashion combined with modern cuts, which should appeal to many residents. Well, with many iftar and suhoor events expected to be held throughout the holy month, Salma added that many of her clients prefer their attire that fits in with the season, as Ramadan this year falls during the summer.
The spirit of Ramadan is the collection which every female, she wants to have it in her wardrobe. It's wearable and bearable. Bearable in a price-wise, and it's all the colors of Ramadan, all the colors of summer. Don't forget, we are getting Ramadan in a very hot season. If you look at Ramadan season, you'll see everywhere old style tans and Arabic majlis and all these things. I got inspired by that Arabic traditional old fabric and the jewelry. I wanted to bring the taste of old Ramadan.